Oh God, I've just been laughing at something. I think I'm going to sing it. See if anyone comes in. I've got a song for you. Hello. I thought I'd just have a bit of a fun thing again about the aliens and what you said, Tap 77, about aliens versus cowboys or cowboys versus aliens, whatever way round it is. Hi. Seeing as I watched that film a few weeks ago and I saw something today on TV and I was like, there it is again. So I was going to have another discussion about that, but I'm just laughing because I've just found this. Now, as a young child in the 1980s, hi, we used to be in the playground singing this song, and many of you might remember it. I'm going to sing it, the first little bit of it. It's a bit fast, and see if anyone remembers. See if I get it in tune. You ready? Oh, no. I'm going to do it. Star trekking across the universe on the Starship Enterprise under Captain Kirk. Star trekking across the universe, boldly going forward because we can't find reverse. It's life, Jim, but not as you know it, not as we know it, not as we know it. It's life, Jim, but not. Sorry, I just. So talk about aliens. I just remember singing that song. Was it by The Firm or something? That song. Boldly going forward because we can't find reverse. Star trekking across the universe. Hi. Oh, thank you. Yes, I do love America. I do love the United Kingdom. I do love the UK, but I do love America because the story that's about to come out is just amazing balls. Yeah, before I get going, yeah, you remember that? Remember, yeah, there's Klingons on the starboard bow, the starboard bow, the starboard bow. There's Klingons on the starboard bow. Da, 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 da. Let me see what the rest of the song is. It's a bit fast. Hi, Sue. Yes, I've got it on. I just had to find it. Obviously, I can't play it because I'll probably get chucked off again. But I was laughing because I used to watch the old Star Trek with my dad and my sister, and then we used to all sing that in the playground at school. So let me just find it again. Where is it? It's funny. Oh yeah, it's worse than that. He's dead, Jim. Dead, Jim. Dead, Jim. He's too fast though. Let me see if I can do it. I probably can't read it. It's not a good one, this one either. Star trekking across the universe on the Starship Enterprise under Captain Kirk. Because I can't remember it anyway. Star trekking across the universe, boldly going forward because we can't go reverse. And then it waits a minute because someone else is supposed to be singing this. So it's not fast. There's Klingons on the starboard bow, the starboard bow, the starboard bow. There's Klingons on the starboard bow. Jim! Mr. Spock. Analysis, Mr. Spock. It's life, Jim, but not as we know it, not as we know it, not as we know it. It's life, Jim, but not as we know it, not as we know it, Captain. There's Klingons on the starboard bow, the starboard bow, the starboard bow. There's Klingons on the starboard bow, Jim. Star trekking across the universe on the Starship Enterprise under Captain Kirk. Star trekking across the universe, boldly going forward because we can't go reverse. Yeah, well, you wanted to see me dancing across the front room. It's live, Jim, but not as we know it, not as we know it, not as we know it. It's live, Jim, but not as we know. Got to have a laugh, haven't you? Sorry, I have to sing these little songs to myself. Yeah, before I get started, I've my bag wise slowly coming on. Embroidery going on it. It's gonna take me ages, but it's getting there. Just thought I'd show you that if anyone who's interested. The news today. Only joking. Did that before. I would like to say, what was the one where they took over the White House? My dad just sent me a really good thing to go and watch. A song. You know we've got over here. Thank you. We've got over here the Hallelujah song, but they do it for Tommy, or they do it for all of us, really. That Hallelujah, 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 Hallelujah. And then it's going to go off because my throat's going to go, Hallelujah. Anyway, that song. And then the American one is so hilarious because, let me find it so you can go and check it out. Is, if anyone's seen this, a lookalike George Bush. It's called George W. Bush sings Hallelujah to Donald Trump. Hilarious. Look at him. He looks like him. Sort of. But he's singing. It's so funny. I can't show you it, but it's by John Morgan. If anyone knows him on YouTube, go and check the George W. Bush sings Hallelujah to Donald Trump. Hilarious. It's quite funny. See how entertaining we all are on this side. You know, not the Democrats. We're all funny. They just want violence and divide, but we're all making good stuff, fun stuff. So yeah, that was hilarious. That's a good one as well. Yeah, the song. Yeah, so I just wanted to come and have a bit of a fun chat about the aliens and the Greys just because I like it and I'm interested in it, and it all goes back to the Kennedy report as well. Also, if you haven't checked out SGT report, they've got a really good one out. I haven't watched all of it, but there's an old guy on it. Can't remember what his name is, and he's talking about all the Kennedy stuff to do with the media killed Kennedy, you know, assassinated this and assassinated that, and that's just really, really good watch. So I do advise you to go over to the SGT report on YouTube and listen to that new one they put on. It's brilliant. You're just like, aha. Other reasons with, you know, the JFK thing, but because the other week I spoke about aliens versus cowboys or cowboys versus aliens, whichever way around that film is, if anyone remembers. And I saw that film a few weeks ago, funnily enough, because I was talking about aliens. And I like to say aliens. I like to say it like that, aliens. You've got to say it like aliens. So the aliens, the aliens, in that film, I just found it interesting because that's when I was finding out about the, you know, people going about the Anunnaki, gold and all this. So I was watching this morning news, whatever it was, when I reported on that. And then I was chilling out trying to do some sewing and stuff. And I just thought, I'll just see what's on another channel I don't normally watch because I don't, like I say, I don't watch telly unless there's like a film on. I'll watch a bit of a film, but I don't watch, you know, Coronation Street or normal stuff or what I call normal, and news and anything. Just little bits of snippet things, more like going on the documentary channels, even though some of them might not be true, but you know, hey ho. Yeah, cowboys versus aliens. So, oh, am I like a brunette Marilyn Monroe? That's funny because I have a dot there that I put on, and I do like Marilyn Monroe, even though I do believe she might have been one of the first MK Ultra sex kittens. But there you go. I do like her. I have a picture of her in my bedroom, and I've got. Oh, it's not here. I've got a cushion in there with Marilyn Monroe's face on it. So I put this channel on. I can't remember what it was called. Something like Blaze or something that I've never watched before. And they were going on about aliens and stuff, and they were going on about people's encounters, you know, years ago. The ones on the is it the cattle ranches and stuff like that. You know, I've heard of the skinwalkers and all that, and certain stuff way back. You know, in the 1950s, this, that, and they're all way back. Some in America, some over here. I saw cowboys and aliens. I thought it was crazy. I thought it was crazy until I realised, yeah, maybe it's true. I was like, oh, hang on, yeah, but listen to this one. So I was like, aliens versus cowboys, because I thought they meant aliens as in the aliens in Aliens the film. And I thought, hi. And I thought, yeah, it's a bit weird this, because, you know, going on about aliens in the days of cowboys, but I mean, if they've always been here, they've always been here, haven't they, visiting? So, listen to this one. So I'm watching this channel and it's waffling on about different encounters and the time that goes missing and all this. Next minute, they start going on about Native American Indians again. Remember I did the picture of the Native American Indian girl and I talked about aliens versus cowboys and the Anunnaki and the gold and all that sort of stuff and the ant people, and they believe part of their culture was, you know, the star people, which I do believe because we're very spiritual, and that's why I believe, you know, some people went in and tried to kill them all off and turned the story around of how bad Native American Indians were this, that, and the other, you know, that's perceived in certain films because they were spiritual and they knew something that they didn't want. I don't mean they didn't want us to know, but, you know, like the government and all that, didn't want us to know, like religious things and all that, doesn't want us to know. So apparently, they found some sort of stuff that fell from above, and it was, am I saying this right? Iridium, the material, you know, from out of space. And it was very tough, and maybe this is what's made, maybe this is what our stealths are made out of, because we know we've got, you know, technology that probably would be new to us but old to them, and we know about all that. So what I thought about that was, I thought, oh, yeah, we're going back to Cowboys versus Aliens. So iridium, apparently, and iron and iridium and uranium, they were saying there is a place, I think it's called, is it the Great Serpent Mound? Sorry, I don't know where, but that's where it looks like it's a mound, a big mound, but it looks like in the shape of a serpent. So they could, if there's something up there, they can see it from above. It's like a marker. They say maybe it's a marker of where they were mining. Not mining for gold, mining for iridium, because maybe that's what they make the spaceships out of, their spacecrafts. Oh, who's under the weather? Sorry, I've not seen in chat. Who's under the weather? Doing great. I'm getting a cold. My sinuses are going as well. And you know what I'm waiting for? Do you remember ages ago I showed you that little bottle of Earth is Flat? Yeah, I think that actually. What's the little do you remember when I showed you a little bottle of essential oil and it was turpentine or whatever you call it, but you can use it for colds? As soon as I put that in an oil burn or smell it, my cold goes away. I've lost it in the house somewhere. I haven't got a clue where it was because the little essential bottles are about that big. So I've ordered another one. I'm waiting for it to come because I know I'm starting with the getting a bit bunged up in the sinuses. So yes, and I'm probably going to butcher this, but the aliens, the Native American Indians, a tribe called, was it the Shawnee tribe? You know, they knew about all these extraterrestrials that were in contact, and maybe they came to this Great Serpent Mound because it was like a marker. They were tea tree all. Yeah, I haven't got that in, I don't think. They were mining for that because maybe that's what helped with their, you know, aircrafts and stuff, their spacecraft. So, and also the Great Serpent Mound, they could see from the sky, like I said. And something about the Orion, you know, because the pyramids and all that. They said, do you remember I've said before, it's harnessing energy? We believe that the pyramids were harnessing energy, magnetic energy, that was the frequency of Earth that helped the Earth, which they went on to say, which sort of said that as well. I was like, limestone apparently harness, it's a semiconductor, so was the pyramids made out of limestone, and certain things are made out of limestone. And what was interesting was, they reckon in the middle of this serpent mound, there would have been like a monument sort of, you know, like that shape, a cone shape, you know, that cone shape, conductor. So turmeric, yeah, oh yeah, I've got turmeric. I might have some of that with honey in milk, it's nice. And then I was thinking, oh yeah, because the pyramids are like a cone shape sort of thing, aren't they? Well, they point up, and that points up. And it was a way of semiconductor. So they were conducting, obviously, energy, the magnetic energy and stuff like that. And they were going on about Stonehenge. Hi, Memphis, Stonehenge. The pyramids, you know, the Mayan, is it the Mayan pyramids and all the other different things that all point up. Harnessing energy, like I've said before, magnetic energy. Something, and the guy said on it, I think he was English actually, something, I don't know what I wrote, something we'd lost for thousands and thousands of years, lost to stories and legends. And then what did I put there? I can't even read my own writing. I put something of Earth, meaning it would restore Earth's. It'd restore Earth and Earth's frequency, which I did say in past posts about this pyramid thing and energy, and is it the frequency, and were they harnessing energies from above for a frequency of Earth? So that was just quite interesting that that goes in again with the Native American Indians. So then again, they also started talking about uh, what was it? The American West and the North, the American West, North, South, whatever, they started going into all that. So because they were talking about Native American Indians, they did start going on about cowboys, back in the day, and saying that, oh, was it just cowboy stories, and they used to sit around the fire and all that, but they were saying that places in America, like the Grand Canyon and stuff like that, it's a very vast space and there was lots of different things there. So that made me think, oh yeah, Cowboys versus Alien filmed. It seemed a bit whack, but then again, if an alien presence has always been here or was here thousands of years ago, maybe went off planet but come to visit, well, of course, cowboys would have known. There would have been people knowing years and years back, but they maybe wouldn't have called them, like I said before, they wouldn't have called them aliens, maybe. They would have called them angels, this, that, and the other. Also, the Native American Indians, I will come to chat in a minute. Blazing Saddles, I love that, yeah. Rolling, rolling, I used to watch loads of westerns. With my granddad used to watch Blazing Saddles, that's hilarious. Bonanza. I don't know, we used to watch loads, funny. We were put here by aliens. Well, I'll go into that in a minute. I'll just finish off what I sort of wrote down and then we'll have a chat. Because then they were saying about the predictions, like, oh yeah, in the cave days, we had pictures of dinosaurs and this, that, and the other. And then there was always them cave pictures, weren't they? Looked a bit suspect, pointing up to the stars. Even in the pyramids, stars. You see spaceships on the, just let me go and find it, on the hieroglyphs, or whatever you call them. So let me see if I can find it. Probably can't. Nope. Yes. And then we have these sort of, oh God, I can't move. These sort of pictures, on the hieroglyphs here. Yes, they do look like airships, spaceships, helicopters. I mean, what's all this? So there was something flying about, and apparently the Native American Indians said they saw something in the sky that looked like it breathed fire. They called it a big, what was it called? Firebird, I believe, or something like that. And then if you think about it, the Native American Indians had on the totem pole the eagle at the top, but they called it a big giant bird. Now, I guess something that flew in the sky that was glowing red, which the orbs that I've seen are glowing red, and the cowboys said they shot at it. There was reports of cowboys shooting at it, but it never didn't. It obviously because it was metal, so they would think it may be, oh, it's a big bird, it's this flying thing way back. And obviously in China and places like that, they said dragons because maybe there was a flying dragon because they didn't know what it was flying in the sky at the time. So was it an alien ship? That's what I'm saying. Depicted in some of their, what you want to say, folklore, whatever, on their walls is, yeah, they've got, we're always shown like Native American Indians running after buffaloes and all that. Well, there's some of them also that have funny little, pictures with faces that look a bit like this. They were funny with big eyes. Can anyone guess what they are? Big eyes, not looking human as such, and stars, star systems. So they looked a bit like the Greys. They were these things with big eyes, so they looked alien. Hi, I'm just going to get all this out and then I'll come into chat. So they were saying, and the Blackfoot Indians, I think, there was Blackfoot Indians, they were called the Blackfoot Indians. We're going on about the sky world. The sky world, the world above us in the sky, what's going on up there. Hi. And the sky vehicles. The sky vehicles, spaceships, UFOs and ETs. The star people, they called them. The star beings. That's what was in there. Yeah, that's what was in there. Yeah, some of Da Vinci painting. That's what I mean. You go back and there's depictions of everything. They even said these aliens came down, they looked like lights, so they looked like they had a halo round their head. And I can't remember what guy they went to and they asked him to look for the golden, Oh God, what was it? The golden tablet or the golden something, I don't know where I wrote it down, the golden something or other. Um, they also, the Cowboys used to call them, was it Tommy Knockers or something? Something about Tommy Knockers in tunnels. They called them Tommy Knockers in tunnels because they were apparently mining for iridium. What did I say before? Was it iridium? That makes me think of Cowboys versus aliens again because they were in the tunnels, weren't they, in like the Grand Canyon, but doing it for gold. Um, but apparently, oh, what did I put? It said something about freedom from control of J. I can never say this. Judeo-Christian control, and there was a guy called Ambrosi. He was Ambrosi, an author who used to make very short, um, sort of strange stories about things. Stephen King's book, a movie about the Tommyknockers. Oh, I'll look that up. Yeah, so it just sparked that interest off again, because we've been talking about a lot of this stuff, and they were saying about, oh, I said about the Thunderbirds and the spaceship and the totem poles, magnetic fields, in the earth and X points, and they were talking about portholes, higher portholes, and the aurora borealis lights, down there that we all talk about in Antarctica and all that. Saying that when you think about it, I have heard this before. If the magnetic lights and they're going on about these sort of black holes is where you're supposed to be able to go through time, and it'd be shorter but longer to us, but shorter if you went through it. It makes me think, yeah, the aurora borealis lights, magnetic and all that. Is that why they all go down there? Another one, because at the end of the day, I see the aurora borealis lights. I think of Thor, and I think of the Rainbow Bridge because you were supposed to be able to travel on that. He travelled through like a wormhole, didn't they? When they sort of got zapped to other places. So that's like, is that our sort of Earth's porthole? Because we as normal people don't really know what that is, but all the world leaders go down there. When we talk about advanced civilization, this, that, and the other down at Antarctica, but is that what's there as well? Because it's the electromagnetic field. So, just putting it out there. Then they went on to talk about the Pleiadians. Now, I'm going to butcher this name, and I know I'm not going to get it right at all. The Risa Reticular star system. I know I've got that totally wrong. They reckon these beings came from, and a woman who, I don't know if I think she was English actually. She thought she'd been abducted. She didn't know much about it. When life regressed her, she started going on about this star map that was given to her, which is supposed to be the Risa Reticular, I know I've said it wrong, star system, which is supposed to be from the Pleiadians. Now, the weird thing I found, do you remember the other day when I said I was sat in the sun? If there's a bit of sun, I like to sit there, close my eyes, and just I sort of look at the sun quickly, close my eyes, and then I see shapes. And the other day I saw it went like that. It was like 6 or 7 dots or 8 or 9, I don't know, with lines connected to them. So I said the other day, if anyone remembers, if you watched me, well, it's like a star system. I saw it was really weird. It was like imprinted there in the light. It was like really weird. I did it the other day and it was a different shape. And then they were showing the star map and it was like dots with lines, like a star map. And I'm like, oh. Maybe I'm getting sent messages through the sun, only because then they talked about the sun could be a porthole. Now, I've heard all this on YouTube about, the sun. What was the place that got shut down? They're talking about the sun, and people thought they saw alien crafts coming out of it where they're using it for the energy of the sun to refuel their UFOs, their spaceships. Or I've also heard that the sun is meant to be a porthole as well. So who knows? I just find it all absolutely amazeballs and interesting to just be like. Also, before I jump in chat, they also went on about someone who disappeared it might have been a crop circle, and then his wife didn't know where he went missing, but she could always hear his voice around a crop circle, but he wasn't there because he wasn't in this dimension. When you were going on about dimensions, portals, they were going on about the crystal skulls, which we all know about. If you've ever heard about the crystal skull, which was also was it in Raiders at Lost Ark or one of them, and caves and communicating somewhere in America. Is it Mexico or somewhere? There's a cave that's got the most like crystals there, and that's all about communicating, connecting through crystals, because they say crystals hold information, this, that, and the other. And then there was them crystal skulls. So who was here? Then they sort of said, just putting it out there, but could Greys be us advanced from years back? They were human at one point, but when what happened to the earth and all that, they advanced and went. And they're that advanced, they've come back from the future to us now to sort of see what we're doing and help us now, because we're not advancing because people have been trying to keep us down, as we know. And are the Greys more us advanced because they said the humanoid, only because someone said they saw something in Mexico years back where they saw an alien craft, and they said the humanoid alien people were on like a deck observing, and this guy said he waved, I can't remember the name, he sort of went waved, and they waved back. So they were saying they looked humanoid but not the same. So were they once us, but they've advanced? So apple cider vinegar. I need to get some of that because my dad always has apple cider vinegar and you can clean with it and everything. So I just wanted to throw that out there of what we're all still thinking about the Alieno thing, you know, us who were on it. And if you're not, it's just a bit of fun. So I know Tapper77 watched Aliens versus Cowboys the other day. I just find it very interesting. So they were mining for iridium. More people are paying attention, done my arthritis got. Yeah, people are paying attention. That alien craft crashed over, is that Bala, North Wales? The military covered it. Oh, they cover a lot up, don't they? Oh, it's a weather balloon. Okay. Though lots of people are reporting about everything all over the globe, aren't they? We know some are put out there, you know, that are not real. And people do joke stuff. But it's just like, it's just getting more interested, isn't it? Because like I said, I do believe one of the sort of, oh, what would you call it? Because I said they were doing it before, the SGT report on JFK. I think one of his things he did know was about aliens that have always been here. And in that story, they were sort of saying there's something, we're looking for a new place to live. They wanted to come and live here, but they had to make sure we all knew and we were all fine with it so they could sort of come and join in because their world died. I know we got all these, all the evil and that, but I don't know which way round it is. But it's just interesting. And it might be they are coming back from the future. There is a lot of truth in that film. Yeah, but they always play it as they're coming to harm us. But what if they're not? If they were us, I'm just putting it out there. If they were us, but they're in the future and they're coming back to help, are they coming back to help with other stuff? So, because they always play out that, oh, they're coming to get us and this, that, and the other. So, why do they always have to be bad? If they were us, but advanced, they wouldn't want to be fighting. If they were us, but are more advanced, thousands of years advanced, they wouldn't be coming to do us in, would they? Maybe they need to be here because they need certain things. I don't know. Yeah, they say there's many races of aliens, Nordic, Greys, reptilian, lots of people, how old and dying, talking about stuff they couldn't before. Exactly, and that's what I'm finding so interesting. There's more people talking about it now. People who are, you know, a lot older now talking about, you know, they feel like they can because there's that much out about it now. I'm going to build a rocket ship and fly to, I thought he was going to say fly to the moon, fly to the moon. Is the moon a moon or is it the spacecraft that's been there watching us? You know, like the man in the moon, is it? Oh, they were talking about Mars, and if anyone's seen the picture of the face on Mars, and they said there's been skulls on Mars that you can see through certain, you know, well, NASA, but we know they like the face and this, that, and the other. And I was like, why did they say the man in the moon? Does it mean there's some people in things in the moon that have been watching us, you know, observing us? Were we put on this planet? Were we made in a petri dish? Who knows? But I think it's very interesting to talk about because I just find it interesting. Nordics, Greys. Yeah, so I wonder maybe we were. Greys, but we're still in our human form. They're just so advanced because when the world, you know, what happened to it when it flooded last time, they said maybe they got off with their technology, and that's why things got broken as such, like the pyramids, and they don't work, and things are missing off certain places, and you know, maybe they're coming to bring. That's what I think they said. Hi, I think that's what they said in the video. They're coming back to bring back what was lost, meaning that energy. Um, thank you. That energy, like I said weeks back about bringing the energy that had the world on a really good frequency, like the pyramids. That's why they're pointing up. I hear a lot about the cone-shaped things that were, because that's why they were saying, oh, yeah, that was it. I can't find it. But when they were saying about the limestone and the electric magnetic fields and, what do you call it, thingy and gravity, it would be able to lift really heavy things. So it would be able to lift heavy things like if you were making a flying ship. So therefore, the pyramids Wi-Fi, therefore, wouldn't it be able to lift them massive limestones and make them seem light as air and put them in place? Because there's no way people drag them anywhere on bits of, trees to roll them about. No way. Yeah, source of energy. That's what I've always said. I've said the pyramids line up with Orion. Underneath, it looks like energy was flowing down there, not what they said it was for. It was zapping, or it was bringing energy from out in space, the energy, the infinite energy, bringing it down, because that's, what the world could work off that, and it brought the world into a good frequency for everyone. Like I've said before, I've talked about this before. So when I saw that today, I was like, maybe they're preparing us to bring back that free energy to the world. Let us all know that they are here as well. Maybe it'll come out slowly, even though a lot of us know, and come to help us. And it said in this sort of documentary thing that come to help us with that. They would trade, like I said about trading before. They would trade. What was it? They would trade living amongst us with. If we let them do that with them helping us with technology, aircrafts and that, which we know they have been doing because we know the military have got it. So when they say living here, obviously they are living here, and maybe they took human form. So maybe, the certain races, and that's why people like Hillary and Obama and that are evil. Just saying. We know with, ancient, encounters of the fourth kind. Yeah, they were talking about all that with the tabletop, what's it called? We Kiss the Stars. Yeah, it's all about the stars, star systems, different systems out there, galaxies upon galaxies. So there must be different Earths, like, sort of thing. So there'd be loads of races of aliens. So I just find it amazeballs. I just find it so interesting. Like I said, you see it in films. When I first saw Cowboys versus Aliens on the other week, I thought, it was a bit of a stupid film, putting aliens, in a cowboy film. Then I thought, well, actually, if they've been here since time dot before us, they will have been seen in the past, but people might have documented it, thought it was something. And the guy actually said in it as well, a chief, I don't know what his name, chief something from one of the Native American Indian places. He said, red pilled, realising you've been lied to all your life. Exactly. He said, when people, because there was a river that they said something came out of this river in America and it messed with cattle and stuff. So it must have been an air, they say about aircrafts under the sea and stuff that come out. He said, years back, they said, it was the Devil's Lake, it was called, if any of you have heard of that over there, the Devil's Lake. He said, and the chief said, well, they would say that. Anything that people don't understand, they'll say it's the Devil's Lake, or the devil's something in the sky, or the devil's something, the devil's this and the devil's that, because they don't understand what it was. Years back, they wouldn't have understood that this Thunderbird, they called it, the Native American Indians, this thing that flew and you couldn't shoot it because bullets bounced off it way back then, and it was breathing fire because it glows, spaceship. They would maybe have called it the devil's something because they didn't understand what it was. We understand that technology now, but years back they wouldn't have done. They would have just thought, oh, it's a dragon, or or whatever. Remember the old Frankenstein movies when they would bring him back from lightning through a window? Thank you for saying that, because it was going on about lightning. They used the lightning on the conductors, think of Tesla. And we know about Tesla and Donald Trump's uncle. Think of Tesla. Shh. That's why. I don't know if they. I'll need to stick this in the garden. Maybe that's why I put this on here. Hi. Maybe that's why I did this with my quartz crystal. They say it's a conductor, it's the conductor anyway, but it's got copper around it when you're putting your intentions out there because lightning has to hit a conductor, electric energy and stuff like that. So when they said all that as well, the lightning hit this little monument thing that was like a cone shape on the Serpent Mound in you know, where the Native American Indians were. They were saying that's what they knew the star people were using it to mine iridium. And the snake pattern that you can see, that's why it's called the Serpent Mound, is because they could see it from space. It was the marker to say this is where we've been mining iridium. So, is that what stealth's made out of? Iridium? Our bodies have an electric field. Yes, they do, because we're all made out of energy, electricity, you know, and everything. The old Frankenstein movies bringing it. Oh, sorry, I've just, yeah. Pulls in energy from the moon, sun, and lightning. Yeah, and that's why I think when they've been going on about lately, if anyone's seen it about the sun and was the spacecrafts up there, I've seen the videos and stuff, very interested. Looked like they were, I don't know if coming away from it or going to it, were they fueling up on the sun's energy? Then they were going on about plasma, and were these UFOs, if you want to call it, using the plasma because it was to do with gravity, you know, when it makes it lighter, I don't know the word, makes it lighter. They were talking about plasma. So I was like, whoa, it's all in there. It was really interesting. On a channel called Blaze or something. Your dad must be proud of you, Dolly. I would be well happy to see my daughter do it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, and he does great stuff. We're like a tag team. He sends me stuff. He used to think I was a bit bonkers talking about the alien stuff, but now he's like, I never thought we'd be talking about, ever in my lifetime did I ever thought we'd be talking about aliens actually being real. Because I've always been a bit nuts anyway, always believed in stuff like that. My dad was a bit like, nah. And now he's like, well, on board. Like I said, at the Q map, it says Palladian guidance right at the bottom where the breadcrumbs are. So, I mean, it says ancient aliens on it. Yeah, everything. Yeah, thank you. So, you know, it's just bonkers. What would hurt everyone? Let me see. What's everyone talking about in chat? Check out We Are Not Alone by being for some deep knowledge on. Oof, let me write it down. See, I'll forget everything everyone said if I don't write it down. Check out We Are Not Alone. I know we're not alone anyway. We are not alone. You are not alone. I am here with you. Though you're far away. Or whatever it is, Michael Jackson. We are not alone. Don't forget to check out SGT report. I'm Joan from Spain. Hi. What kind of car do electricians drive? A Volkswagen. Oh, yeah. What kind of cars do electricians drive? A Volkswagen. That's funny. I've not heard that one before. Oh. What was the name of the book you shoved with it? Oh, I've not read it properly yet, but, you know, this one I got off eBay. And it's not a brand new one. The pages are a bit yellow. And it's called The Secret History of Ancient Egypt, Electricity, Sonics, and the Disappearance of an Advanced Civilization. What are they? Spaceships, helicopters. Look, there's Trump's helicopter. It says, I've read this out before, it says, see if I can read it. My reading's not brilliant. The Secret History of Ancient Egypt is a fast-paced, brilliant research book. New archaeological discoveries and scientific dating techniques are putting our notions of prehistory into turmoil. Herbie Brennan, I think it is, uses his information to provide fascinating insights into the most astounding culture the world has ever known. He argues that a technology sophisticated Egyptian civilization existed thousands of years before the dates currently accepted by the academics. Yeah, in your face, we know that. Discover how the Egyptians moved mass multi-ton granite blocks by means of sound. Yep, sound and energy. Was it conducted by these cone things? How one wonders of the ancient world trapped power from the very fabric of our planet. In your face, this sounds more real than what they put out. The inscriptions, thousands of years old, that depict helicopters, aeroplanes, airships, and submarines. The links between Egyptian magic, there's that word again, and secret scientific experiments in Eastern Europe. So there you go. Boom. Yep. Laugh out loud, China's aliens. Well, aliens come from hell. Well, you know, everyone thinks different things. You don't know what something is, or you fear something, you call it something else, like I just said before. I think we all came from aliens, really. Thank you, Welsh Simon. Yeah, everyone is afraid of nuclear, and even they are, and I think that's why the story goes. That's why they're trying to help in a sort of way, because, like I said, it affects everywhere. It's a domino effect. If we ruin Earth, it also ruins other dimensions. That's what I believe. So yeah, for anyone who's just seen, I've just been trying to embroider on my bag. Never embroidered before. Got to do the details, the hair. It's taken me a long time, but it's going to get there. I will show you when it's finished. All the sci-fi movies back in the 50s were scaremongering. Exactly, because I'm not saying, you know, if there's different races out there, you know, there's humans that are good and bad, so therefore there probably is aliens that are good and bad, but they are normally, it's always a film with how bad they are. All the time. Me and my dad said before we had this discussion about this, Hi Maria. Hi. If, you know, if you're not into aliens, you don't believe, it don't matter, just have a laugh with it, you know. If they're so advanced, they wouldn't be warring with us. We're the ones that argue. They're so advanced, they're over all that. The light bit, they're from the light. They're bothered. They trade. They just trade stuff. They trade their knowings of their technologies. Everyone say hi to Maria. They trade their technologies. These advanced. That's why I believe we've got some. They've already been trading. They're already here. They've been here for a long time. Well, that's what they depict all the time, don't they? But they wouldn't be doing so. They even said even if there's good and bad, they don't even war with each other. They more like trade with each other, because they'd be that advanced. If we were that advanced, we wouldn't be all warring. We know half of it's man-made anyway, wars and stuff. But you're that advanced, you're over it. You're just in love. You're over, like, not as daft as we are down here. They must just look at us and go, hi. Like, look at them all down there, like, you know, what are they doing? But like I said, it was funny when I sat down the other day and I closed my eyes in the sun, face on, and saw the dots with the lines, and then they were like, oh, she saw a star map, you know. I can't even say that word. I thought, hey, I saw dots with lines, look like a star system. See if I can say this word again. I'm going to butcher it. Oh, I can't even say it. Raticulum, what is it called? How did I say we said it? But yeah, definitely going back to the pyramids again. Definitely electromagnetic fields. the conductors, because they reckon they had these cone things. They used the cone things to conduct the energy, you know, and it moved the blocks to make the pyramids, you know, lifted the heavy stuff off the floor. So they were mining for iridium, and I've lost it. I've had I found something else. Papua New Guinea, was it? Oh yeah, I talked about the black holes. Yeah, ETs, humans from the future us. Bit like Terminator, but a bit different. Oh, is that it? I'm rubbish at reading. Reticuli Palladium star system. Anyway, I'll just say that because it's easier, because it is a big word. Ah, thank you, Hassie Matthews. Well, I don't mean believe me, it's just things I'm coming over, and I know there's snippets of lies and deceit and different things of the alien conspiracy theory, but I do know I've seen things in the sky, so that's why I believe it anyway. And I've always didn't really think we were alone. It's massive out there, do you know what I mean? So I just don't think we're alone. Q said we're not alone either, you know, we're not alone. Think of the vastness of space. Hi Dolly, I saw that Vincent Fusca has a Twitter account with a picture of Vincent Fusca. Yeah, there is one with a Vincent Fusca. There's lots out there. There's Santa of America, something of that. Everyone thinking it's him. There was the Storm Upon Us, because it's the Storm Upon Us. Joe M, which was Joe Masposa, who first did Cue the Plan to Save the World, and then it turned into Storm Upon Us. So I think he's on there, you know, twittering around everywhere. I actually texted and went, there was a man who once said he could be a great man, but he'd rather be a good man. I said, I think we're going to hear that again very, very soon, because it was JFK Jr. who said that. You can be a great man, but he wants to be a good man. You can be in a bloodline of a family, but you can change if you want to. Bye. So who believes in aliens on here then, or who's seen something? If you believe in it, it doesn't mean you believe in what I'm saying, but if you believe in, you know, the alien sort of community stuff and things going on, yeah, the triangle flights, press 1. If you don't, press 2. It's just a bit of fun, people. I believe in it anyway. I saw the triangle lights, that's the Phoenix lights. That's first got me to research. Exactly. This is what I said. People can sit there and go, oh, it's not true, this, that, and the other. And it's like, if you've seen something, no one can tell you you're wrong if you don't know what it was. You know, if you're like, it wasn't this, it wasn't, it doesn't look like that. We know they've got technologies out there, alien technologies anyway, but where did it come from? If you've seen something, and I've seen a few things, especially this year, no one can tell you you're wrong if you've seen something. They weren't there, so it's your truth. And there's lots of this about anyway. Yay. Should put 1111. Red October, oh yeah, listen to this, my dad said, yeah. Red October 19, listen to this, how did they write this? Red October 1917, JFK born 1917, Q equals 17, 1917 all added up equals 18, which is our JFK Jr. You can't write this shit. Do you know what I mean? Just look at what Waxman's put there, that's... They must have gone back in time to do all this, you know. I believe they've gone back in time to get all this stuff together, because it's absolutely amazing. Everything connects to everything. Those numbers. It's like they've gone back in time, changed it, made sure that this, and the other, like JFK and Jackie Onassis, where they met and had got set up in the place they got set up, went up for sale the other week, and the street was called Q Street, and the numbers of the Q Street, the number of that place where they first met, adds up to 17. Just can't write it. Oh yes, I believe time travel is real. That's what I was saying before about the wormholes. Energy, the Aurora Borealis lights reminds me of the Rainbow Bridge in Thor, the Nordic, you know, they went over the Rainbow Bridge to go to other places, to get into other realms. You know, we're not allowed down there. What they hide in Aurora Borealis lights of energy, you know, electric, magnetic fields. That's what it is. Yeah. Tesla, thinking of when it's lightning, and oh, it's just exciting people. I love it. Sheeple don't believe. No. Some people just don't even like thinking about it, do they, at the end of the day? So at least we've got some people who are on board. Some people may be in the middle, but like I said, when it's a clear night, go out, lie down so you're not cricking your neck. That's what I do. I get a blanket and I just lie there and keep warm with a hot water bottle, and just, even if it's just 15 minutes, it's so relaxing. If it's not too cold and it's not raining, obviously, but you need to be looking up instead of looking to the stars, as in Hollywood. And I also saw a film today about a meteor that was coming, and it was destroying America. But the funny thing wasn't that, it was where these people survived, and all it showed a picture of was Hollywood, and the Hollywood sign snapped in half and all this. I thought, yeah, and that's what's going to happen, Hollywood. Oh, it's funny. Ah, bye. Triggered. Bye bye. It's not my fault you don't believe in aliens, is it? See, you start talking about stuff and you just get people in. Ooh, you're really boring. Well, what you doing on here then, and why you just doing what you're doing? Oh, well, unsubscribe. I'm really threatened because you're going to unsubscribe. I don't want people watching me that don't enjoy watching. Obviously, why would you be watching? Only to troll. See, that must be one of those people that doesn't believe in the aliens, or gets a bit triggered when you start talking about this stuff. Oh, yeah, well. There's audio government has they can't explain space. Yeah, and there was loads of things on that sort of documentary thing today, whatever it was, talking about, the government didn't want us to know. Yeah, you all love me chats. That's what I mean. Each to their own, innit? Everyone loves people's different chats. Some people are just scared to talk about things, whether they believe it or not.
What's the charge for that phone you gave me?
Probably under there. Smooth the Sun. Have you been on? Yes, I have been on Secure Team 10 lately. Which one was it? The one with the... I can't remember the last one I saw. I do watch them. Remind me. I've seen the latest ones. I might not have seen... I know they do a lot of the alien stuff, don't they? Yours will fit in it anyway.
Mine's broke.
Well, you just have to wait till after. Hurry up. Shut the door. Last one was a UFO from the 30s. Oh, what did it... I might have seen it. I'm not sure. What did it look like? That's what I mean. It dates back way back. Way back. Hi. So, I just find it amazing. And if they were thinking of coming back to help with trading with different stuff, they would have to have a lot of us knowing. Because as long as they're coming here legally and not illegally, these illegal aliens, do you know what I mean? They wanted to come to Earth. Well, as long as you come legally and help us out with stuff, we'll trade. You think it's all stories? Well, some people do. I don't, because I've seen things. And I just find it interesting, and it dates back like to the pyramids and to wall paintings. It's always things with big eyes pointing up. Yeah, but what are storytellers? This is what makes me laugh. When they say about myths, which a Native American Indian chief was saying, people don't understand stuff. It gets lost in stories and myths. A myth is a story. Like when they go on about the Greek myths, oh, it's just a story. No, it's a myth. What it means is it's stories from way back. What are you doing now? they're not in there. You can wait. It's stories people have handed down to generations from years back, and then it gets lost and changed, and people, a bit like the Bible, people twist it and change it around. Oh, it's not real. All right then. Yeah, Atlantis, exactly. Was Atlantis Egypt? What, you know what I mean? It's no fun being illegal alien. No, that's what myths are. What was handed down. They didn't have things like phones and I don't know, YouTube then and all that to pass it on. They handed it down in stories. It's like Chinese whispers. Things get twisted. Stories originate from somewhere. Every story originates from somewhere, even if it gets twisted. So in a story is truth as well. The Power of Myth by Joseph Campbell. I must read. Thank you. You know, it doesn't just mean because people say, oh, it's a story, it's not real. It's a story because someone's told a story about something. It's how someone, you know, if they pass it on, does it get twisted on the way down? It's like when they all go on about, you know, the gods, the giants. Well, the were giants, the were gods. They go on about star systems or what they called, the planets are celestial bodies and all that. Well, yeah. They all affect our planet energies and stuff. So, you know what I mean? By Joseph Campbell. So, that's all I'm saying. It doesn't mean because something's a story. Yeah, the Bermuda Triangle, there's that thing again. Because it holds energy in it, doesn't it? The Illuminati. Not the Illuminati, but I'm just saying. It's serious. It's a series and most respected series of... Oh, what's it on? Because I haven't got Sky and all that. I haven't even got Netflix anymore either. But you know, there's truth in this. Things are put out like this on wall paintings. It was always funny looking things. No, they weren't. They didn't look human, did they? Looked a bit human. And then, you know, it's always pointing up to the stars. Think of the Fifth Element. The Fifth Element. What were they harnessing? Oh, it's on 17 likes. That number 17. Where's my water? We're all stardust. We've all got bits of stardust in us. We're all from the stars. This is a vehicle. This is a vehicle. Like I've said before, this is a flesh vehicle. We come here to live out in the physical. Like I've said, in the physical. So we can do things in the physical that we can't do in the spiritual. As a light being, you have to come into a fleshy vehicle, you know, because it's so dense here, to do stuff here. But when you go over to the other side, it's different again, which I've said before. Yeah, I got these ages ago to put my distilled water in. We are all vehicles. This is a vehicle, channeling spirit or whatever, so we can do things here. You know, on the 3D plane, whatever you want to call it. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus, but yeah. Yep, definitely. I've read that. So we can experience physical. You know, we made a pact when we came here, didn't we? You can enjoy life here. And people always say going on about going off to a different civilization. You can enjoy life here, but they have made it hard for us here. But it is to create and to realise, to come to love and all this, that and the other. And we could have really good times, which I think is what's going to come in for the next future of generations because of all this stuff being unveiled of what we really are, what was here before. Like I said, ancient civilizations, technology, ETs, whatever you want to call them, that was here, and the energy they harnessed from up there to make this a great place will be once again, I think, you know. And you can, I have been getting a lot of dash, you like, well, a lot of what? Yeah, I don't think Callum believes in aliens, I don't know. No, not material gain. Well, some people material gain, but It's to realise it's not material game. It's to realise it's about nature and the energies around us and nature, and you don't have to have. This is the way the world is at the minute. So, like it, lump it sort of thing, but you don't have to follow suit with that. It's about energies and nature and preserving the planet. I think we are I think we were meant to be like the gardeners of Eden. Say Earth is Eden. It was a beautiful place there. The elites are trying to destroy it, as we know. Let's make concrete cities and everything. We are like the gardeners or the guardians of Earth. We should be tending to stuff like that, but no, because we get caught up in the material, because that's the way they've made it. They're making us work. They're making us pay for bills and stuff like that, when we've got free energy out there that we can harness, which the pyramids did harness. That's coming back because it's about lost energies, lost, what did I say it was? The lost things of thousands of years ago that we should know, but they've hidden it all. Yes, I know Avatar's deeper than you can imagine. I know. It's all that going back to nature and stuff. But because of the way we are now, it's just going to be a bit different, isn't it? It doesn't mean you have to go along with everything. Like I said, technology's good. It's bad. I don't really like it, but then again, it connects us. And at the end of the day, if technology can do good things, because advanced civilizations have it, to grow crops, to help grow crops, to do all that sort of stuff, to regrow crops, help animals, do all this so people aren't starving and this, that's brilliant. That's what it should be used for. It should be used to harness certain energies to help the planet grow, grow back, I should say, regenerate itself from the destruction that these people have done over thousands of years, cutting trees down. Yes, I know about the trees. That's why some people go on sometimes, they're like, do you not watch me? I've gone on about trees, I've gone on about DMT is in plants and in animals, in all of us. The roots connect to everywhere. They have their own system underground because the roots connect. They're like they're like brain systems. They connect. Plants talk to each other. Roots, trees, systems, the roots underneath. I know it sounds bonkers. They connect, they talk to each other about, oh, you move over and I'll get the light and we'll do this. I know that sounds daft. I've watched a video of a woman who realised about roots when she saw roots and the little white bits that go off, and there's these little things that help do this, that, and the other. I can't remember what you call it. But trees are a mega root system underneath. Very important. All connected. They talk to each other. Yeah. So there is a bit of a, inner earth thing going on there. World War One was started by royalty arguing who had the best troop. Yeah. So, yeah, talk to plants. Like when I played some music to this one, and it's come back better. Prince Charles does that apparently. Music, because we all work off vibrations, light and sound, because we're all energy. So you can talk to your plants because it's vibration. Oh, by the way, I'll just go and get my rice experiment. It's still going. It's still going, but there's been a slight difference. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this because I have missed out a couple of days of doing it, so I think that's why it's not faster. Right, you probably won't be able to see this, but this is the love rice. Love, see, it's still here, sweating. I don't know if you can see. It's got a bit sweaty. Probably can't tell the colour. It's not, as far as I can see, it's a bit yellow, but it's not white, but as far as I can see, there's no mould in it, as far as I can see, right? Hate. There's the hate one. Hate. A bit the same colour as the white one. I was looking and I was like, has it started to change yet? Yes, it has. I don't know if you probably won't be able to see this because it's a bit steamed up. This is a darker patch here. And then you turn around, you see the mould starting to come? The hate's starting to go. And I'm telling you now, that will go more mouldy. So, still doing it. This is because you put your thought on it of what it is, that word hate, vibration, that sound on it, hate, hate, hate. That one's love, love, love. So, hi. So, yes, I'm still doing that. If anyone hasn't checked out Dr. Emoto, go and Google it or YouTube it about the rice. That was a rice experiment. It was to do with water crystals when they were frozen, and the intentions you put on water crystals can change you because we're made up of so much water. Talking to plants, how does it work? It's the vibration in your tones, I think. That energy you're sending, because that's what we all work off. Muller team comments writing final report on Russian collusion. What's the betting? It's not regarding Trump, but Hillary Clinton and co. Panic in DC. Can again. Whoop whoop. Yep, it will be. You are so nice, Dolly. That rice won't even spoil. The hate, no, the hate one will, because guess what I've been saying to it? I've been like this, oh, the love one, I'm like, ooh, and you've got to feel it as well. You can't just go, I love you, you've got to feel it. So I'm like, I love you, get that vibration on it. The hate, I've been like, I hate you. I've been calling it Hillary Clinton. I've been calling it Obama. I've been calling it the Bushes. I said the world hates you. It's starting to go now. So, pick the best looking ones from thousands of specimens. Picked what? But yeah, trees, that's why I loved Avatar, because it went about that. It was an AOR tree and it was the mother tree, and they were trying to destroy it because all them roots were connecting, and the little they got knowledge, and they were talking them little things that came down, and then she went back into the earth when she died. Because I think that, has anyone seen that thing where you can be put in a like paper mache pod and you put back in the earth and a tree's planted? I think that's beautiful. Become part of the tree, because it's one big connection under the ground, isn't it? They all talk to each other. Ice formations. Yeah, and when you project love on it, they go all beautiful. When you say hateful things, they go all ugly, because we're made up of so much water. That's why you should be good to yourself and talk to yourself. Don't be saying you can't do this, you this, that and the other, because it will affect you, and that's why it affects you. Check out the border. Oh yeah, and we're saying that shooting in Cali was called Borderline. Borderline. Weird. Yes, I love that too. I want to be a cannabis plant. Tesla said to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, exactly, frequency and vibration. Exactly, that's what I've been shouting out on this channel for ages. That includes also plants, right? Yes, because everything is energy. Plants and everything is energy. Everything holds energy, vibration, sound. So it affects, that's why I say words affect certain things. So if you can say that to, I know it sounds mad rice, but that's an experiment for you to do, so you can see we are made up of so much water. That's why it affects us when we're telling ourselves we're rubbish, you're this, that and the other. That's why you've got to start saying, you're beautiful, this, that, and the other, whatever you want to say, it affects you. So, and that's why they say you can make yourself well by thinking yourself well, because it's a mental attitude. If you can go, oh, I'm ill, I'm, well, it's going to affect it. It's going to affect you. Well, when we die, they say we pass over. So we don't die, we pass over. So we're being passed over to the next phase, stage, dimension, realm, whatever you want to call it, level, passed over. Because why did they say passed over? Passed over. Something we observe, every human came from a womb, a woman. And to pass into that realm, you have to be a light being. We can't go with this because we can't enter there. So we have to be, the next form. So we go to the light, a light being, or whatever. So when I said I saw something in the sky the other day and it looked like this, remember when I drew it? So I think I'm off my head, but I thought, oh, it's that in the sky. It was just there. It's like behind the clouds, but I thought it's a bit of a funny cloud. It was glowing, like, because the sun was behind it, but it was more like them sort of cards that I've shown you where I don't know, it was pretty. It was just more like that. It's very pretty. They voted full on Liberal and yes, recreational marijuana. Yeah. Oh, yes, because it's good for us, especially if it's the proper stuff. The Q movement is the biggest in the world. It is, it is, it is. Italy. Yeah, the tabletop mountains all over the world used to be pre-flood silicone trees. Yep, for the giants and the giant trees. And I've seen the petrified mushrooms and everything. It's just amazing. Oh, my family is in the next realm. Yep, the next realm. But that's where they do say, I don't know what's true, but maybe something has tried to stop us from ascending and we get there because they say it's like a soul machine where it's making us reincarnate and we come back down again because it's stopping us from descending where we should be going. Deceiving us. Deceiving us. So, yeah, just like I said, it's just all interesting and I just love it. I just love it. But like I said, I have seen things in the sky, orange orbs and whatever. So, I'm getting the snuffles. The miniature trees? Do you mean like bonsai trees? Thank you. I've been on the Table Mountain essay and not a table in sight. What? Oh, I need that oil to come soon. Oh, I always get a cold round here now, but I know. Mind you, it's just because, yeah, I've talked about frequencies till I'm blue in the face. I've talked about frequency, light, sound. Oh, I'm getting tired. We all work off frequencies, vibrations, light and sound. That's what we are. That's what everything is. Everything is everything, and everything is energy. So we go back to energy, like on Avatar, they put her in the ground, we go back to what we were. She was being used as energy, a bit like going back into the ground and being used, being recycled. Yeah, so I'm grey in the face, yeah, grey. Yes, that book I like to read out where it mentions the greys, but also, yeah, why are they here? Like I said, are they us advanced? Thousands of years ahead of us in the future. Think of like Back to the Future, all that sort of stuff. What was that? Who didn't look frightened or scared? Yeah, that's why you can tell people you can tell the vibrations of people who are toxic and happy. Yeah. I didn't say you had to say your high frequency. I know you have to literally change your frequency. It's about your mindset as well. I didn't say you just say it. You have to feel it as well. You have to change your frequency. It's like I was saying before with all this, not even talking about that, with all the mindset, you have to change your mindset. So you don't just say, I am happy. You've got to change things around you and the things that you do, the things that you say and all that. You've got to change it. You can't just say it. We know that. Yeah, it feels like moving up pyramid. That's exactly what I said the other day. We're down here. The more you evolve, the more you go up, the more you go up to that point of the pyramid, which is sort of the all-knowing, even though I still think you just carry on in infinity and every step you move up, even to, do we go to the top, you're just ever evolving. You're forever learning, forever learning. That's why I said before about I stopped watching the news. I stopped doing this. Certain magazines I don't buy anymore because it doesn't, like, I do buy the the spiritual magazines because I like the pictures and I'm arty and I love that sort of stuff, but I'm reusing them in my artwork. Um, I don't watch TV unless I'm watching a couple of films now. I don't watch the normal stuff like Coronation Street over here and the news. I don't like all that. I watched it today because I was reporting on that, which I thought was hilarious. There's certain things I see beauty outside, like a load of birds the other day were in a tree all tweeting, and I was like, oh, that's really nice. Some people wouldn't even hear that because they're not bothered about stuff like that. I see, like where I live, there's a country park. If I walk down there, it's beautiful. I love it. I love looking at the flowers. I've been looking at things other people wouldn't be looking at. There's a tree with this big wooden bench thing round it down there, and it's like an apple orchard, and it's got a little pond there, and it's like a little garden area. It's really cute. I'd sit under there just looking at stuff, and then I'd probably want to draw it when I come home because I don't look at other stuff. YouTube is absolutely fantastic. YouTube is brilliant. Some of the stuff they're putting out there is not, but I believe YouTube is a great place. You can learn a lot more than changing a tyre on YouTube. It's amazing. You can learn about art, anything you want. You don't even need to go to school. You can learn a lot if you go into the right channels. Yes, to change it. That's hilarious. Yeah, if you want info, read, yes. But you can also watch things. I'm a visual person. I like reading books, as you know, but I work off when I see something. I don't like looking at instructions. Some people work off reading stuff, some people don't. I work off seeing someone do something, and then I think I can do that. If I get something from IKEA, I'm like, oh, I'm not reading the instructions. I'll just put it together. That's how my mind works. I've always been like that. I'll just see someone do something. If I went for a job, it's like, don't give me all the paperwork. Just show me, and I'll do it. I'll. That's how I work. A lot of people have done a lot off YouTube. They've made them little houses and things. They've done a lot off YouTube because people are sharing stuff. Some people think, oh, it's rubbish, technology and this, that, and the other. It's bad. Yes, it has been, but it's also good and it connects people and people can learn stuff and people share a lot of stuff. It's about sharing and giving to people. So it's not all bad. You've got to see the good in it as well. Like I said, if we have technology, we can use it for the good because they've used it for the bad. We can turn it and we can use it for the good, like we're connecting now. So it's not all bad. And if you think it's just about changing tyres, you need to go and look at something else. There's loads of good stuff out there. I know there's loads of bad stuff out there. There's people putting disinformation out in videos, but, you've got to sift through it all. Oh, here it is, Patrick again going, you've got to, are you completely stupid? Obtain an education, dunce. Yeah, I did go to school, stupid. You can't tell me what, oh my God. But you want to talk about Grays? Yes, we are, because that's the title of it. That's what I want to talk about because, yeah, institutions are great places, aren't they? Yeah, well, some people need telling. Just like Trump said the other day at the press conference, because that's what Patrick sounds like. Oh, you could talk nice and you could bring it down a bit. And Trump said, no, I won't, because when lies are being put out about me, what is he fighting against? Oh my God, no. He needs to be the way he is. People like that, I've told Patrick before, he's been in before, he just goes on about getting an education and, everybody's stupid apparently unless you go to university and get a degree, because you really need a degree. He thinks you can't talk about anything unless you've got a degree. Newton's laws. Oh, we're talking about Tesla and everything. Love. Yeah. Oh, he makes me laugh. Comes in all the time. Wait till he learns about. Well, obviously, he went to university, didn't he? Obviously, he went to university. We all know about institutions. Sounds like people, Antifa people. Absolutely hilarious. Hi, AJ. Exactly. What do you need? Education. I went to school. What did that teach me? Not much, because one, history is the biggest lie in history and stuff like that. That's why I hated history at school. A lot of stuff we're taught the wrong way around. That's not the teacher's fault. That's the ones high up. Get an education. You get an education in the real world at looking at stuff that's really going on and being out in other stuff. How silly. Wasted his money, exactly. It's not like the people who've been to university, I'm not slagging that off in the sense, but we know about the institutions and it gets you in debt and it's a control system. I don't have to have control over my emotions, Callum. Say people about, oh, you're not spiritual, you're not there if you do this. You can say things to people when they come in. Like I said, it's my platform. Just like Trump said the other day. Sometimes you've got to stick up for yourself. He's been in before. Have control over your emotions. Your emotions is one of the biggest things we work off. If I want to say something to someone, I will do because they're coming in and saying something. Someone to say something so stupid as that, go and get an education. It's more about living in the real world. I don't want to get myself in debt, thank you very much, and go to that in one of those institutions. Why would you be on here? Yeah, I like it when I'm mad. I'm not mad. Look at my face. It just makes me laugh that people, do you know what I mean? Think that people have to go and get an education. I know a lot of people who've been to university and not in the job that they wanted to get. They're in debt and they're in a different total job. Just saying. He thinks you need an education to talk about certain subjects. He'll be telling me next about, what was it, Edison, Tesla and Edison. Who was the real one that invented electric, really? Who stole the idea? Go and educate yourself there. Don't tell you that at school, do they? No, because history's a lie. They make it, it's like maths and that. They're not telling us a proper reason how to use maths, really. Numerology, different things with mathematical things, the shapes and all that sort of stuff, and blah, 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 blah. You go to, well... Yeah, I'm turning into a grey, you see. Maybe I'm going to the light, so I'm turning grey. That's why my hair's going grey. So we're all going to turn into greys at the end of the day. We don't learn if we don't discuss and debate. Well, that's what they're going about. People can't get mad. Of course you can get mad. You can tell people. They're coming on to tell you. I'm not effing and jeffing and going mad. I'm saying I can defend myself if someone comes on saying, oh, you need an education. No, I don't. I went to school, thanks. I went to college as well. What do I need an education? Sorry, I didn't realise I had to go to university to talk about aliens. What's that, Dad? Yeah, it's wisdom highlights. Yeah, they're coming in. They're coming in thick and fast, I tell you. Yeah, it's all this chatting, you see. We turn into wisdom after, see, we turn into the greys. Will you grow grey with me, Dolly? Well, let's see if I can do it or not. It's like, I don't know. His opinion makes me laugh because I just think, how stupid. How silly to say, you need an education. He doesn't know what I'm educated in at all. Could be educated in alien... You know what I mean? I might not be telling all you lot what I'm educated in. It could be MI6 for all you lot know. Deceiving you all. Could be anything. Could be anything. You don't all know. I don't tell you everything. Go to uni. 27,000 in debt. Work at Mackie D's. I'm not saying anything who does work at Mackie D's, but someone just saying in there. Yeah. Yeah. If someone thinks he can come and put a comment in, I can put a comment back. Thank you very much. It doesn't hurt. Why does it hurt? I didn't want to go to university. It'd be so silly. Hilarious. You got someone who comes on going about, do you know what you are? And this, that and the other. So we don't need institutions then, do we? Putting us in debt. The real world's out there for us to experience ourselves. We don't need... really that sort of stuff to experience the real world. Well, I've just chucked him out, so I'm not really bothered. Well, exactly then. So then you know. Even as an honest professor will tell you, since the internet, university, not necessary. That's what I believe. That's what I was saying to my dad the other day. Today, with the way technology is today, I mean, I know it's about connecting and all that, but you can learn everything on YouTube as far as I'm concerned. You want to learn how to work out, you want different workouts, you want to learn how to cook different things, you want to learn how to build a house. I've seen people building them little houses, it's great. You want to learn how to make jewellery, you want to learn how to paint, that's how I go, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But you need a certificate these days to say you're good at anything. You don't need a certificate to say you're good at anything. Or that's why I believe jobs really should just be you go somewhere, if that's what you're really passionate about, you go somewhere, they give you a trial, and if you're good at it, you get the job after that, 6 weeks or something. If you're not, you're rubbish, you don't get the job. You know? I know some people who've gone uni all this, they've gone for a job and they're not even doing half the job, they're quite lazy. The only education you need is learning how to read, the rest is just research. Exactly. If you're shown a job to do, you get used to it. You know, if you've not done it before, then you get used to it and then you do it. That's why I said I can look at something, someone can show me something like, oh, this is how I make this jewellery, or this is how I make that. I can look at it and be like, oh, and then I'll keep practicing it. You know, if I love it, that's why I draw all the time and stuff, because I love it. So then you'll want to do it. We're always told as we're young, what do you want to be when you're older? What do you want to be when you're old? It's always pushed on you, pushed on you. That's why I've heard a lot of teenagers saying, oh, I don't know what to do. You don't have to know. That's why we all get confused when we're older and we all want to change our jobs and think we're having a midlife crisis, because really, maybe what we really want to do isn't what we're doing, because we're just following that thing, aren't we? You've got to work and you've got to do this, that and the other. Yeah, it is an indoctrination. That's what I was trying to say. So I'm not having a guy coming and saying that that's what I was saying. It is an indoctrination. So he's not educated. He doesn't know about that side of it. I'm not saying it's all bad when you go there, but he's not educated to that side of it and all the other stuff that a lot of us know. Yeah, that's exactly what they say now. Went for a job at 27. They told you you were too experienced. You can't get a job because you've got no experience. You know, when the young ones go out and out, well, you haven't had experience in it. Well, if you're not giving the kids an experience in it, how can they be experienced if they've never been experienced in it before because they've just left school or university or college? Then you go for a job and they tell you you're too experienced. All that thing to push you in the ground again and not give you a job and not have people working. See? You're too experienced. You haven't got any experience. Well, make mind up. That's why I'm saying you should just go somewhere. They give you 6 weeks experience to see if you can do the job. You know, give you a bit of a good time there, 6 weeks. If you can do the job, you've got the job. What's the problem? Yeah, catch 22 exactly, and that's why they do it. Oh, it is indoctrination. Otherwise, why do lawyers have to take exactly loads of stuff? But he's been on before and just said, oh, I didn't have the right to talk about what I was talking about because I didn't have a degree. I'm not allowed to talk about greys now because I haven't got a degree. Don't need a degree, thanks. Seen things in the sky, thank you very much. Oh. Yeah, exactly, because they want people they can brainwash. Exactly. And that's another person thinking they're better than someone else because they've got, I'm not knocking people for having it, but saying, well, I've got an education, I've got an education. I've got a degree or whatever and letters after my name, therefore I'm better than you. No, you're not. They're only letters. It's only a piece of paper with something on it. Doesn't mean I can't do that. It's just you've got a certificate and you've got letters after your name. Well, and doesn't impress me. None of that impresses me. I don't care if you're a what do you call it? You know, when people are Lord Fontifart, you know, oh, I've got this after my name. Well, so what? Thank you. Yeah, I'm confident in my own self. I'm happy with my own self. You know, I've learned a lot of things on this path. You know, wasn't when I was younger, but you learn as you go along, like you do when you learn. And I love the things I love, and I love talking to you guys because all of you are brilliant. We just get the few dongers that come in. That's all. Deja vu. Well, yeah. I mean, people have that. I think I've had it before. Is that your past lives? You've been here before, you know, all that sort of stuff. It is interesting. Maybe we'll have to do a talk on all that sort of stuff because it was alien talk tonight. I have a degree in grey aliens. Yeah. But it's just interesting. Anyone who thinks Christopher Columbus ever set foot on mainland America needs to pay more attention. So I mean, you go to school, they tell you about history, tell you about this, and that's why I was like this in history. Thought it was boring because obviously in my mind, obviously I knew somewhere in your subconsciousness that it was a load of rubbish because it just bored me to death, you know, and stuff. Because it's not true. Did you say Lord Farty Fart? Yeah, Lord Farty Fart. I'm Lord Farty Fart. I've got letters after my name. I've got a title, Lord Farty. I don't know why I call him Lord Farty Fart. Lord Farty Fart. Farty Fart. He landed in Central America. I was fabricating a king. Yeah, that's what I said about Edison. We were told Thomas Edison discovered electricity. No, he didn't. He nicked it off Tesla because they just lie about everything. They take people's ideas and then they go, oh, I made it, make all the money. And guess what? Tesla died poor. He was for humanity. He wasn't really bothered about that. They took all his ideas. He kept making more. They kept taking it off him. He should have learned, really, but they did that because he wanted it for humanity, you know, things to help humanity, but they took it and twisted it and used it for their devices. And we all got told that, didn't we, about Edison? But no, he nicked it. He nicked it. So yeah. Bye. 343221. Yes. Talk about the Queen, please. Act Stuffy. Oh no, I don't want to talk about her. I don't talk about the royals. It was just Prince Charles this morning that just made me laugh in the news because I decided to watch it to see what they were saying, in case they were saying anything about Trump and all that. And I was like, oh, so he said he's going to, you know, if he comes to be the monarchy, it's going to be different. He's going to do a different job to what they've been doing. I thought, been told off someone, have you? Yeah. Are you Patriots drunk today? No. What, because we're talking about aliens? No. Yeah, lizards. Yeah, bit like me, who can't dance. No, the JFK. Oh, and that's what it's all about as well, as we all know, JFK. But the Q, the whole thing about Q is to get out the JFK sort of, what do you call it, hidden records or whatever you call it. Like I said, please go over to STG report because the guy that is talking to, the older guy, tells you about all that, and it was like media, you know, CNN that assassinated JFK with all what they did and everything. So please make sure you check that out because it's amazing. It's all about, you know, all that sort of stuff. Oh no, we're just talking about Native American Indians and the iridium, is it? What they were mining for, and what the Native Americans Indians believed in the Star People because they were predicted, you know, on walls, not just you know, Native American Indians running after buffaloes. It was beings with big eyes pointing up to star systems and stuff. Think of the fifth element, stuff like that. They knew about energies, they knew about the star people that were here before. They have a place called Serpent Mound in America where it's shaped like a snake. Yeah, I love the natives. They knew a lot. That's why the Americans, you know, when they went after him, killing him and all that, it's because they knew. You know, they were probably trying to get all the other stuff in to try and get rid of that. They didn't want us all knowing. They knew. The Serpent Mound got to go by. Serpent Mound was, you know, big enough to see. It looked like a snake because it was there. Maybe it was a marker to them to know where they'd been burrowing for iridium. So yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. Sounded like me in the rave days. So I'm going to go now because it was supposed to be a little chat about the alien thing. Again, only because I was watching Aliens versus Cowboys, which was interesting when you watch it now. And it was great. And it was just interesting that bit's... it's just interesting people, if anything. You know, you don't believe it, whatever. But like I said, great weekend. We've got Remembrance Day coming up. We've got a lot of things coming up. Trump's going to France. The 100th anniversary sort of, you know, parade. And I weren't trying to say today, it's a celebration. It's not, it's a remembrance. But what I meant is I see that as, he said, you know, numerous world leaders are going there to France. Putin's going as well. Yeah, 11/11. Also, it's 100th anniversary of the First World War. Now, what I think this signifies, it's going to be the end of all world wars, because we know what's been causing them and we don't want it anymore. So let's really mark Sunday as also, that. Maybe he did. Yep. So, because we all know about that, let's bring back the good vibrations to Earth. And Earth should be the way it once was and was meant to be. So, yeah, we'll just see what happens this weekend. Idiot Brains has been chucked out the White House. And yes, he did push that woman's arm down. And I watched the BBC put that video out today. And they missed the bit where he pushed her arm down. Because they don't report properly, do they? But we all know what's going on. He's going to meet Putin. He said he's not going to be there that long because he's got to come back for a great event. So, yep. Okay then. Oh, I didn't know. I just get yakking and that's it. So, I'm off now. I'm going to have a brew. I'm going to start finishing my detailing off on this. And I shall see you tomorrow for some collaging, because I've got to do a bit of the bunny because I've still not done it yet. I'm not even going to say what I'm talking about. We'll just see what happens tomorrow. Because, yeah. All right, see you soon. Where we go, on we go all. And I shall see you tomorrow. Bye.